So we're going to start a series that is going to help us talk about when is the best time to buy land, when it is the best time to build, which are the best ways to build. And with this series, we're going to record a brand new series of how to not just be a landlord in 6 months, but how to build. So today I want to talk about one of the best tricks in the book is that the best time to buy land is during the rain season. The rain season tells you, number one, for example, what type of floods are in your property, the landscape of a property in terms of trees, what type of trees grow, and it shows you the dimensions of your property. So imagine if you had bought this portion of land in the dry season, and let's say it's at the beginning of the dry season, that water would not be here. You go ahead and buy that land, and maybe you're in a hurry to build for whatever reason. Maybe you've got the money, the resources. You go ahead and buy that land and you start building, and then come the next rainy season, your land begins to flood. And so that means that the level, the height of your property will be generally lower than the original landscape that you understood. Now, having water puddles like those in your property does not necessarily mean that it is a bad idea. Those puddles can be good for different things, certain types of crops that you want to grow. And again, here the assumption is that you are growing or you are building or buying land that is big, like this one over here. This is a pretty decent piece of property. So even with that, at least it shows you where to put your piggery, where to put your bananas, where to put your vegetables, where to put your crops, where to put even the entrance of your house. Because many times, even just where to enter from, the decision is very tricky. So for example, I'm about to walk on this very simple path, but over there is a lot of water, and over here it is absolutely dry. So when you understand the differences in building, even as simple as where the hill is, where the drainage is going to be, where the electricity poles are in relation to your building, your city council planning coordinates and regulations, it gives you a greater guide and pleasure in terms of building. So I have a certain piece of property that I have, not this one, another one that I have in Southern Province in a place called Pemba. It's a beautiful piece of land, about 12 hectares, 27 acres, very beautiful piece of land, very serene, surreal, amazing structure for different things. Now, when I first bought that property in 2008, around August, my original plan was to build maybe a boarding house or a boarding facility. Hello! A boarding house or boarding facility or a school, a university. I still have that property. It's a beautiful piece of property. And I've already designed the rooms, where they're going to be, how they're going to be. And I think those plans were drawn about 10 years ago. So overall, what is important with your plan is that you yourself, you have a plan in your mind. Many times we wait for engineers, architects, lawyers to give us guidance on what we want to do, when in actual fact, you are the one who's supposed to give people the information on where you want to be and how you want to be. I think what is important is to be practical, to be realistic, and to cut your cloth according to size. If you have this kind of land, beautiful land, amazing land, your options are many. You don't want to build your building in the middle. That's always a mistake a lot of people make. You want to divide your building in the bigger picture. So let's say it's a 10 hectare piece of property. You can develop the first hectare 100 by 100, or you can develop the first acre 70 by 70. You build something there, you develop something there, and you begin to go ahead. So it's like bread. If you're ever going to eat a loaf of bread by yourself, I don't think we start eating the loaf of bread from the middle. I think we eat the loaf of bread from the edges. So it's the same with building. build from the edges. The reason you want to do that is one day you may want to sell the rest of the bread, or you may want to keep the rest of the bread, or you may want to demarcate between organic farming as well as artificial farming. I don't know what you want to do, but have a plan in your mind. It's like doctors, when they want to inject anesthesia in someone, they don't do general anesthesia when they're only supposed to operate on the pinky. They do local anesthesia. So building is like anesthesia, or like a loaf of bread. Have a beautiful day and enjoy your land. This is your friend Mbiri Now. I'm out.